In this video, I'm going to talk to you about writer's block and how to beat it. Writer's block is probably much more common than you think. YouTubers, filmmakers, and influencers come to a table with an idea that might be golden or it could be nothing. And as a creator, it can be devastating to feel a block or to feel stuck in your creative process, because this can really take us on a tangent away from what's really important, which is creating quality content. I wanted to bring this up because recently I've been editing a documentary and I've been going through the footage and kind of been a little worried that it's not gonna have any flow. It's not gonna be as effective as what we were hoping for. And once I started putting the timeline together and putting shots together, I got to a point where I just felt stuck. I found myself doing these coping mechanisms to beat this writer's block. I was doing this just kind of subconsciously because I didn't really need to think about it. But I wanted to tell you guys what I do when I've hit a writer/creative block. So the first thing that I do when I hit writer's block is I go for a walk. I feel that going for a walk kind of lets me rebound with reality, because when I'm sitting at a computer and I'm editing, I'm kind of just in this mode and I feel like a robot. So going on a walk and kind of just having that second to refresh my mind and go through the process of breathing slowly and just kind of not having to really worry about things in the moment lets me kind of reboot. Next, I might get a glass of water or some sort of beverage. A lot of times when you're sitting at the screen, you don't realize that it's been 2.5 hours and you haven't taken a sip of water or you haven't gotten a Dr. Pepper or something like that. And that can be devastating to your mind because your mind needs those nutrients in order to process and come up with ideas. Along with that, I might go get something to eat as well. Again, your brain may not be nourished enough to be able to have those creative juices flow. And so getting some food or some sort of sustenance can help you regain that creative process again. After that, if I still feel kind of stuck, I might call somebody. When I talk to somebody else and I bounce off ideas from them, that can help me get really good ideas to continue in my process. Just talking to somebody about it can help me understand the situation a little bit better and to move forward. If that doesn't work, sometimes I'll take half hour to an hour to watch my favorite TV show or my favorite movie. I like to get inspiration from other creative sources out there, from TV shows and movies. A lot of times that can make me think, oh, like that shot would be perfect to put in there. I should put that in there. And so that can spark a lot of really good ideas for me. But alas, if that doesn't work either, I'll go for a drive. Whether it be around the block, through the canyon, or to the next city, it doesn't matter. A lot of times I'll just drive and let the steering wheel take me wherever it needs to go until I feel like I can come back, sit down at the computer, and continue my process. But along with that, I'll also turn on some tunes and listen to some music while I'm driving to help that spark my creative process as well. Sometimes a lyric can spark an idea that'll help you keep going in your process. Sometimes it'll only take one, sometimes it'll take all of them. But usually once I've done at least one of them, I'm able to come back and sit down at the computer and keep going. And this doesn't apply to just editing. This can be writing, this can be directing, this can be on set, whatever you're doing to come up with ideas. Now here's a couple of don'ts that I would suggest not doing if you've hit writer/creative block. Number one is start something new. Don't do that. Don't go on to a new project. If you're like, this project is not working, I don't know what to do. Now, there does come a point when you should drop the project if it's taking too much time and it's just not working. Don't dedicate your entire life to that. But you shouldn't start something new just because you've hit one little roadblock. Usually those roadblocks can be moved and you can get through them and keep going with the project. Again, that comes to the circumstances, but I really wouldn't suggest just moving on to a new project. And second, don't give up. Now, I'm not saying don't give up on a project if you've been working on it for a year and it's just not working. I'm talking more about don't give up on being a creative. Keep going, keep trying. Those ideas will come. They will flow, I promise. If you have the talent, if you have the drive, it will happen. So just keep going and don't give up. Now, eventually using these creative block coping mechanisms, I was able to get over my creative block and move on in my editing process. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope it was helpful for you. If it was, feel free to subscribe and hit that bell button so you never miss out on new young filmmaker content. Good luck filmmaking.